go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, 16 more. 14 officially, but waiting on the other two nuggets to roll in. Perhaps that'll be official here over the next couple hours. You never know. We're always moving forward, right? Never looking back. Whether it's your professional life, your personal life, right? Something goes wrong, just look for something better. Wasn't it Pablo Cruz who said, what you going to do when she says goodbye? What you going to do when she is gone? Tell you what you do. You find something hotter. You find something with a fatter wallet, right? Isn't that the way it is today, especially second, third, fourth time around? I think so. It's never your fault. Remember that, people. It's never on you. It's always on the other person. All right, let's get things rolling. Pablo Cruz, by the way, I know this. Not a name of the man in the band, just the name of the group. I want to say, was it Dan Jenkins who's the lead singer? Maybe it's David Jenkins, kind of San Francisco. They weren't part of the Haight and Ashbury movement. They were kind of the pop a few years real before Journey took off, but from the Bay Area, but certainly, kind of like yacht rock and all that good stuff. But, hey, tonight's a big divorcee night, right? Wednesday. Daddy's got the kids, so good luck to you ladies. What's that?
David Jenkins.
David Jenkins, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, maybe we ought to do a little Pablo Cruz tonight.
Oh, we will.
Okay? I mean, we love great lyrics. And think of them. They're legendary. So you're having a little trouble with your romance? Well, you better check it out before it goes. But then when you bring in the chorus, it's like a big ensemble, and everyone's going to go, what you going to do when she says goodbye? What you going to do when she is gone? Tell her to hit the bricks, for crying out loud. Hey, listen, my relationship's perfect, and JJ's a happily married man.
What you gonna do when she says goodbye?
Dollar Oysters at the Blue Crab Crab House. Right now, let's get to the latest hits here on Soft Rock. You're home with the Jaguars. They're not soft. They're not like Florida State. They're not horse cud at the line of scrimmage. Build it, and they will come. The Great Wall of Duval. Yeah, run it. 1st and 10, 2nd and 7, 3rd and 1. First down. Jaguars, put it together. 17 play, 75-yard drives. Take 8 minutes and 14 seconds off the clock. The offensive line right now is, frankly, too much. 5 tackles. Still think there's an opportunity for perhaps one of them to be traded at some particular point. Just talked about it a moment ago. I would like them to have a little bit more on the interior offensive line. I think they need a guy on the active 53-man roster. They absolutely need at least one more guy as well on the 16-team practice squad, which was announced a little bit earlier today. All right, so you have a quarterback, the return of E.J. Perry. You have a running back. That was one of the 4 selections I had wrong on the 53-man roster, the undrafted free agent out of Villanova and Jalen Jackson. There are reports today that they added another back, Louis Rees-Zammit, who is a rugby star, a former rugby star, and a running back. They got him from Kansas City. So that report I saw. Doesn't mean the Jaguars have yet to confirm that. Jacksonville has said that the 14 former Jaguars who were cut yesterday have been a part of the practice squad, but there are 2 spots still available. Rees-Zammit from Kansas City, and there's also been a report out today that Matthew Jackson, defensive back from Tennessee, is going to be joining the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, again, we'll keep our eyes and ears on that. Will Jacksonville announce something from their public relations staff like they did with the 14 others? Are they just dotting a couple of I's and crossing some T's? Or, is it not going to happen? I don't know at this point, but we will absolutely keep you in the know. So a quarterback and a running back, 3 wide receivers, and I like this. You know, the Austin Trammell story is really intriguing to me because this kid he makes plays. He had 1 drop in a preseason game. I think it was Tampa. That was the only ball I saw him drop the entire camp. He's just locked into a numbers game. He's a slot wide receiver. You have Christian Kirk, who's back practicing this week. You have Devin Duvernay, who can certainly play that position. And you have Parker Washington, who's really showing phenomenal versatility to be able to play all 3 of those wide receiver positions. But you don't keep 4 slot guys on your active roster. I still think he's got a chance. This probably isn't the organization for him because of that very reason. But we were talking about it yesterday, and we're always very interactive with our listeners. No one on this planet is more when it comes to giving you the text line 641-1010, telling you it's brought to you by the good folks over at Lifetime Enclosures. But you bring up some good points. And yesterday, a lot of people, all of a sudden, it feels like Jacksonville, and I admire this about the fan base, it seems like Jacksonville will find a guy on the roster, and he becomes your go-to with angst. And a lot of it is deserving, right? I mean, the way you were with Luke Jokel was really interesting. The way you were with Dante Fowler, the way you were with Tavon Bryan. It happened with Andrew Wingard before he forced that fumble. That became a huge turnaround. Man, I watched you bash Tyson Campbell for 8 weeks when he was a rookie. Turned it around. Go back and rewind the tape from 2 years ago with Josh Allen before he was Josh Hines Allen. And, Trevor. My point being is there always seems to be a guy that the fan base likes to pick on. Right now, this fan base is all over Tim Jones. I mean, poor Tim Jones. All the guy does is show up and work hard, right? Tim Jones, to steal one from the late Burt Sugar, Tim Jones isn't even a household name in his own home. I mean, he walks in and I'm sure he's like, who's that? Oh, that's Dad. Oh, that's my brother. Oh, that's Tim Jones. I mean, why is everyone picking on Tim Jones? He's a 4-core special teamer. And yesterday, someone's like, hey, Ballou, he played 313 snaps last year, and he only had 11 receptions. And I'm like, that's a great point. But here's my point. They didn't want to play him. Zay got hurt. Kirk got hurt. Agnew got hurt. Parker Washington got hurt. They were forced to go to him for those snaps. If you look at a normal year, he's going to play 17 games on special teams. And if they have him in there, it would be because Jacksonville's got a lead. And what do you do when you have a lead? You run the ball. He is a good blocking wide receiver. He's not part of the offensive game plan. And when you start talking about guys like Elijah Cooks, and you start talking about guys like Joshua Cephas, and you start talking about guys like Austin Trammell, you have to remember that even if they make the 53, they're not part of the game day roster. They are a healthy scratch. Tim Jones is absolutely a part of the game day roster. And you know what? I'll come right out, and I think it was John Shipley who tweeted this out yesterday, and it was a good point. I wish I was a little bit more thorough with my understanding of this, and I had it right there in front of me when we saw Deontay Prince as a gunner in a punt situation against Atlanta, right? It was Tim Jones, and it was Daniel Thomas, and then it was Tim Jones, and it was Deontay Prince. I mean, obviously, Jones or Thomas have been slowed a little bit as of late, with a minor injury. But I forever said Tim Jones is going to make this team as a 6 wide receiver because of special teams. Daniel Thomas is a guy you don't want in coverage. You hope you never have to call on him, even in dime coverage, right? If one of those safeties goes down. He is a 4-core special teamer. The guy I missed out on was Caleb Johnson. I should have been wise enough to understand that this organization really cares about special teams. And I think it is one of their fortes. All right? We'll see what happens here with Cam Little. It looks promising so far. Logan Cook is one of the best in the business. You never hear anything about Ross Matisic, which is good. Because the only time you ever hear anything at all about a long snapper or a deep snapper is when you make a mistake, right? I mean, is there any other? And he's made some tackles downfield. And I really do think that the return game is going to be good this year with the new kick return that they have, obviously, with the punt return. So anyway, and I'm not here to defend Tim Jones. I'm just saying why. I mean, why on him? I don't get it. And Elijah Cooks dropped a huge ball here 2 weeks ago against Tate. You have to make the grab. He's on the practice squad. He's there if called. So 3 wide